This is a video in a playlist. This is the visions of Amos. Amos was a shepherd, and he was called to prophesy for a brief period in the reign of Jeroboam II, 783 to 743, whether that's the year or the page number, I'm not sure. The northern kingdom was prosperous. A corrupt city life had developed, and the military power of Assyria was a constant menace. In the background, the prophet from the desert condemned the social injustices of his times and preached the coming of the day of the Lord as a visitation of wrath from which only a remnant would be spared. This is Amos is a shepherd of Tekoa, and the visions he had in Israel in the time of Uzziah, the king of Judah, and Jeroboam, the son of Joash, the king of Israel. This was 2 years before the earthquake. Now, the visions start in chapter 7, so I guess we can just keep it to that. The first vision is locusts. This is what the Lord showed me. It was a swarm of locusts at the time when the second crop was starting to grow. A swarm of full-grown locusts. When the king's cutting was over, they were about to devour all the green stuff in the land. But I said, Lord, forgive, I beg you. How can Jacob survive being so small? And the Lord relented. This shall not happen, said the Lord. The second vision is the drought. This is what the Lord showed me. And the Lord himself summoning fire in punishment. It had already devoured the great abyss and was already encroaching on the land. Then I said, stop, Lord, I beg you. How can Jacob survive being so small? And the Lord relented. This will not happen either, said the Lord. The third vision is the plumb line. This is what the Lord showed me. A man standing by a wall, a plumb line in his hand. What do you see, Amos? The Lord asked me. A plumb line, I said. Then the Lord said to me, look, I am going to measure my people Israel by plumb line. No longer will I overlook their offense. The high places of Isaac are going to be ruined, the sanctuaries of Israel destroyed, and sword in hand, I will attack the house of Jeroboam. Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, sent word to Jeroboam, the king of Israel, as follows. Amos is plotting against you in the heart of the house of Israel. The country can no longer tolerate what he keeps saying, for this is what he says. Jeroboam is going to die by the sword, and Israel is going to go exile far from its country. To Amos, Amaziah said, go away, seer, get back off the land of Judah, earn your bread there, do your prophesying there. We don't want no more prophesying in Bethel. This is the royal sanctuary, a national temple. I was no prophet, neither did I belong to any of the brotherhoods of prophets. Amos replied to Amaziah, I was a shepherd and looked after sycamores, but it was the Lord who took me from herding the flock, and the Lord who said, go prophesy to my people Israel. So, listen to the word of the Lord. You say, do not prophesy against Israel, utter no oracles against the house of Isaac. Very well, this is what the Lord says. Your wife will be forced to go on the streets. Your sons and daughters will fall by the sword. Your land will be parceled out by measuring line, and you yourself will die on unclean soil, and Israel will go into exile far distant from its own land.